What's up to my sports betting family? And thank you for visiting the Wize Sports Betting channel. This is Who's Bettin' for Saturday, July 5th, and I am late. I'm behind schedule. Most of the fights I was going to talk about have already happened. I want to let y'all know I'm sorry I missed some fights. I was up late last night here in P-Town. We had protests like you wouldn't believe. People were downtown protesting ICE. And I was watching Velly Ray, Vellyllyray, and another channel too. There's a couple of local content creators I'm subscribed to here in P-Town. That's Portland, Oregon to you. Here in P-Town, and it got off the chain last night. They was tear gassing the crowd multiple times. It was happening till 1 a.m. I was up late watching and saying, "Ooh, y'all get out of there!" And it just was a wild night in Portland, man. I mean, it was wild. So I had to get up this morning and hurry up and do my boxing picks and then come to Who's Betting. So I'm late, but I wanted to let y'all know who I did pick. I looked at some underdogs. It's too late now. Those fights are over. I liked Niall Brown versus Victor Ionascu. Just for those of you who like who I bet on, to like to know, well, what did she bet on? I had bet on the underdog Victor Ionascu because he had long odds. He was at plus 1,400 and he had a knockout record of 71%. Just so y'all know, on any underdog that I see that has a 70% knockout rate or higher, I go on and put a few dollars, never too much, but at least $1, $2, $3, $4 on them, or make a little change first bet, because you just never know, and you can find good value. Another underdog that I bet on was Sky Nicholson and Carla Campos. That fight might be happening as you watch this video. It might not be too late to bet on that live. I don't know. But I liked Carla Campos, the underdog, at plus 1,800 because she had an 88.89% knockout. And I spread her into I did a straight money line on her, and I mixed her into some parlays as well, because you just never know in boxing when an underdog is going to hit. The next underdog I have, and it's not too late for this one, Joe Cordina versus Jaret Gonzalez. Jaret Gonzalez has nice odds at plus 1,100, all right? That's a nice, solid, long odd. I like that plus 1,100. And he has a 77% knockout rate, which meets my 70% or more criteria. So I did a money. I think I only spent $1 on him, though. I mean, look at my sports book. Let me do this real quick. I don't want to keep you long, never. One of the bets that I want to talk about, and let me say this first, okay? Parlays generally are not a sure bet. If you are seriously trying to build your sports book brick by brick, build your bankroll, I should say, not your sports book, but build your bankroll brick by brick. Don't spend no more than a few dollars on parlays. Never bet more than 2, maybe 3 legs tops. But if you're like me and you just like having fun and you got enough money and you can set aside $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 on parlays, then go ahead and have fun. I like watching crazy parlays with 10 legs, 14 legs, 20 legs, just because they're fun to keep track of and fun to watch, and I like to make them the set months out. So I'm going to put some of my crazy boxing parlays that I have made into the community post sometime today. For those of y'all who do like to spend a few dollars on parlay, who aren't taking it serious, like if it hits, that would be the bomb, but you know it ain't gonna hit. This is just money set aside for having fun because I like watching parlays. I never spend too much on parlays in a month because I don't want to mess up my ROI. Okay, but I have to confess, y'all, I love parlays. I do. But generally, parlays are a sucker bet, especially if they come from the sports book, and they got parlays. You be like, it's always 1 or 2 that ain't gonna hit. All right, but they're fun, especially when you build them on your own. So here's a 14-pick parlay. I just want to throw one out there. I'm gonna put them in the community post later. Maybe just a couple though. But these are spread out over time. They're not today's fights. This is probably the crazy. Let me get the craziest one. Hold on, I want to give y'all the craziest one. Let's see. Since I missed everything else, I'm gonna do this. All right. We got $5 to pay $4.20 on a 17 pick. That ain't crazy enough. $5 to pay $4.20. We got $1 to pay $1.72. That ain't crazy enough. $15 to pay $14.80. Do I get any crazier than that? Let's see. No, the craziest one I did was $15 to pay $4.80. Let's give you that one. Okay. Here's my 16 pick parlay, and then I'm going to close out. It is Jack Catterall, Alicia Baumgarter, Amanda Serrano, David Morrell, Shakur Stevenson, Edgar Berlanga, Alexander Usyk, Isaac Cruz, Brandon Figueroa, Tim Zhu, Diego Pacheco, Mario Barrios, Jesse Rodriguez, Bruce Carrington, Clarissa Shields, and Xander Zayas. It is a 16 pick. $15 pays me $480, and they want me to cash out at $13 now. Don't get it, but those are fights that spread out all the way to September. I even got one in there. Didn't I have one in there with Canelo Alvarez? That's okay. I'll do that in the next Who's Betting. And I should share you my I closed my sports book. I should share with you some of my Major League Baseball parlays. I shared my picks already this morning, so we'll do that in the next Who's Betting, because I got some baseball parlays that are really kind of cool and possible to hit that spread out. All my parlays don't be like that day or that week. Some of them are weeks ahead. So or just a week ahead, I should say. So thank you for watching Who's Betting. Y'all know I am. I love this, y'all. All right, so please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with a sports betting friend if you found this interesting or entertaining in any way. Even though I'm too late on half the fights that I bet on, I basically bet all the favorites and mixed in a couple of underdogs. I did one ticket with all favorites. I be tripping, y'all. So yeah, and remember, bet wise and never bet more than you can afford to lose. All right, see you on the next Who's Betting.